Boom.
Yes, what's good, everybody? Bring that badger in here. Let's get this badger up in this bitch with me. Quick shit vid, what's everybody saying? The Clout Chaser is back. Cut me and I bleed subscribers. Begging for them subscriptions like they matter, like it means something, like it affects views. Affecting that YouTube algorithm, aren't we, boys? Yes! So, bit concerning now. I was hoping, like it's been said all week, that there'd be a manager in by the end of the weekend, and that has obviously not happened. So I'm hoping this is the week where loads of news is going to fly in. They've apparently put a £30 million, who, we don't know, because like somebody commented the other day, you know, who at the moment does everybody answer to? All I will say is like the players or who's coming in, etc. And are any players going to want to come in when we're managerless, you know? So manager does massively alter who would want to come in. Unless they're hanging out for Bielsa, maybe. Yeah, so it raises the question, if we don't get a crack on with it. But so I've had a little glance at the other clubs, and like Leicester, granted, I think I've got a manager now and stuff, but they're not particularly making any particular movements. Like Maddison's still up in arms. They don't know what they're doing with Vardy. They don't know what they're doing with Barnes. Maddison's up with the Barnes, up in arms, up in Barnes. Probably banging him as well. But apparently they're wanting £30 million for Meslier, Lord Mez, Silent S. But nobody's come in for him. But there is a bit of speculation that Chelsea are after him. Apparently Scum are in for Gnonto. Sorry, no, that's absolute nonsense. No, take that back. So Crystal Palace are apparently in for Gnonto. They're looking for a replacement of Wilfried Zaha. So the Scum thing that I was meant to say is there's a gadge called Ahmed Diallo, 20-year-old winger, who's from Ivory Coast, who's meant to be absolutely mint, but you know, obviously he's 20 years old and I've never heard of him. So how mint can he be? But obviously going down to the Championship, it got me thinking really. Like I've sort of thought, you know, we need to hang on to a few players. Like I think Adams and Harrison, truly, I know I keep saying that, but if we hang on to them, they're going to be mint in Championship. But like Gnonto and stuff, and although I love Gnonto, like how effective is he going to be in Championship? There was a lot of talk about when no managers were playing him. So Marsh played him a fair bit, but then Gracia came in, didn't really play him. Allardyce sort of, like, I know Allardyce wasn't there for long, but didn't really play him that much. Like came off at bench a bit, made a few like non-appearances where he just sat on the bench. Now I know he got off to a flyer, and I'm not just saying this because I think he's on the way out, but if you actually break down what my thoughts are on Gnonto, although I think he's unbelievably entertaining and electric when he's in them forward areas, there was also times when defensively, when we were sitting in a bit, he was messing around with the ball a lot, and he obviously wants to beat a player every time he gets it. And I understand that mentality to some extent, not at that level, but at any level. Like you try to impress, you try to make your way into the team, but it would tend to be quite late on in games when he came on initially, made them like wild starts, wild appearances when it just all just kicking off, and he was superb. And it's when he's in them, obviously, when the forward players you want, the further forward they can affect the game, the better. But, you know, how we're going to be in Championship, we won't know until, this is why I'm just gutted we haven't got Bielsa with us. If you knew like somebody like Bielsa in, you just know we'd be all right, and like players like Gnonto would probably, not that I'm not saying Gnonto specifically, but they'd want to play because it'd be all geared up to the way, you know, that they want to play. So I don't know. I'm not getting downbeat about it, but I do want to start to be able to visualise where we're going. Because obviously pre-season is pretty much imminent, and the start of the season really isn't far away. So it is time to get cracking, as we all know. But there's still no panic, and I'm still asking for calm. But yeah, not really much to report on, to be brutally honest. But I just thought I'd drop in because people say that then I don't do videos for a few days. So I'm just staying on top of it. But yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on us being managerless? What's everybody's thoughts on Gnonto moving on? How important is he?
The way they've been, the results they've had, 1 defeat in 13. I've got Muppets from Leeds talking about pressures on us, and Bamford and Forshaw and a couple of others, and it's over to you and this, that and the other. They got beat 7 times since Christmas. We've been beaten once. We've set it up from Christmas to be in the race.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. JackCity.
promises. You do you and I'll do me, that's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised, that's why I ask.